All right, I'm getting a number of texts and signals that we are good to go this morning. So I wanted to pull everybody together. We don't do live announcements very often, but it's also not very often that in the evening there were news crews at our school. So I want to tell you guys a little bit about what went on yesterday and then tell you a little bit about what we always do and what we'll continue to do to make sure that we're safe at North Middle School. So yesterday evening, if you're not aware, there was a trunk or treat event that was at our school for the Tillman Elementary kids, so one of our elementary schools. And during that, there was a person who it sounds like from early on was a little bit upset. And a lot of people around did the right thing when they couldn't get that person to really be rational and talk. They called the police and said, we need some help. So police were on their way. And what they didn't know is that that person actually had a gun with them and they fired it into the air. There was never an attempt to fire at a person, but there were some shots fired into the air that was really scary. And then there were a lot of people who were nearby and some people who quickly tackled that individual and held them on the ground to make sure that everybody around them was safe. But it's frightening. And there were a whole lot of people around at that time, and people had to scatter and get to a place that was safe. So right now, as you're in your classrooms, there were kids that were in our school that have siblings at Tillman, have parents who work at Tillman, who may have been at that event, may not have been at that event. I wasn't at that event. I was 5 miles away, but I'm still impacted by it. And I think that's the thing that we have to understand when events like this happen, is that sometimes you can be in the event and feel very impacted. Sometimes you can feel in the event and actually look at the bright side. No one was hurt. Everything was fine. And sometimes you can be out of the event and still feel impacted. So we don't get to judge how other people feel in this moment. We just get to let people be. And what I have to do as the principal of this school is set up an environment that allows us to continue school because we are safe here. We do a lot of things every day to make sure that you guys are safe here. For starters, we know we have Officer Riley here every single day. His response time to anything that happens in this building is really, really, really fast. But usually we don't need to rely on a police officer because we have great people around us. So we have 660 really well-intentioned people who know the people around them. This is a place, this is a community. We make sure that we build our school and make it into a community. And we do that because we notice when somebody's not acting right. And we let people know so they can get in and they can get support for people, because that's what we do as a community. That's one more thing we do to keep ourselves and each other safe. Today and always, we make sure that we keep our building locked down. We have a lot of exterior doors, but every single one of them is locked during the day. And you guys all know that we don't let people in during the day. So the only place that people can enter our building is through the main office. And we have measures in place in the main office to make sure the only people we allow in are people who are safe to be here. So I want to assure you that we're doing all of the right things day in and day out. And it still doesn't prevent bad things from happening, right? But that's why last night's event, where it could have been really bad, there were so many people that did the right thing. So many people like all of us who would have done the right thing if we were there also. And we're going to continue to do that to make sure that we are safe here at North and anywhere that we are. So today I want to grant you guys the permission to go on with learning, because for 99% of us, that's exactly what we should be doing. Our teachers are here to teach, you're here to learn, and you guys are ready to do that. For that 1% that's really struggling and you feel like you need to talk to somebody, that's what our counselors are for. So you know that you can always reach out. You can email them and let them know if you need a meeting. You can always let your teacher know at a good time today if you want to head down to the counseling center. Those things are always options. But I really think that's probably a really small percentage of you. And for the rest of us, what we have to do is have grace to those, for those who are impacted, and to allow them to grieve and work through this however they need to do that, and to get to the people who can help them do that. And to make sure that we recognize that this was something that was really serious for our community. This doesn't happen here. That's kind of the great thing about Kirkwood. It really doesn't usually happen here, but it did. And so we have to process that, and we have to move forward, and we have to recognize that we have so many things that are in place to make sure that that this is a safe place. Okay, so let's go forward. Let's do our learning. For those of you who were part of this event last night, I am so sorry you experienced that. In my 46 years on this earth, I've never experienced something like that, and I never want to. And I hope to go 46 more and never experience it. So, and that's why many of us choose to work and live right here, because that's not part of our normal community. So I wish you all a really great day today. Let's make sure it's a great day of learning. And for those of you that are struggling with learning, make sure that you reach out and we will help you get yourself in a place where you can learn. All right, let's have a great day. And as always, I'm really proud to be a North Kirk Middle School Bulldog. All right, have a great day, guys.